folks, welcome to Blitzkrieg battle number 4. I am Dust, and I'll be solo casting the first couple of rounds, but Vince will be joining me a little bit later. But we have a round of 32 match right here with you on Liberation. It is Big Shots versus Photic, I guess, and I don't really recognize any of these players except for Dekaz from Big Shots, so you'll have to excuse me on my lack of player familiarity, but we are live into the first round already, and as you can see, the allies of Photic have been pretty successful in attacking this B-bomb site, but a good rotation here from Sulu with the STG, gets a couple of kills, and I thought he had, you know, some life being injected back into that round for the Big Shots, but it winds up getting cleaned up there by the allied side, and so it is 1-0 to Photic, or is it Photic? I don't know. It's a mystery. We're going to be taking it kind of easy these first couple of games since I am on my own. Don't want to destroy the voice, but did want to bring you these games. We hope all of you enjoy tuning in. Again, we do this every Saturday for Europe, and starting tomorrow, it'll also be every Sunday for North America. You can even sign up for these tournaments as well, though it is first come, first served. I think they only accept like 64 teams now, so you need to be quick with the sign-ups if you want to participate in future Blitzkrieg battles. As we get live into round number 2, again, it seems like the gathering of the allies over here towards the B side of the map, as you already have Marco kind of, you know, getting a little bit of control along, but some good angles being held by Mad Villain here on Wooden with the Kaz, who's up close with the MP40 on Long B. So some good angles being held by Big Shots, but those set nades could be a problem. Mad Villain does have to kind of scramble to get out the way of one and tries to reset to see if he can pick the main arch. He gets back into his original position here at the Kar98 and is able to take down Marco. A great second shot on the Samu. Tries to pull out the Luger for another, but does eventually get traded out, so good efficient stuff here. Up until that set nade came in from Seuss. It was looking pretty good, actually, for the allies up until that nade, and now it's all on... God, I don't know how to say this guy's name. Like, it's like Emperor, but Catper? What? Looks like Emperor, but Cac in front. I don't know. Cacper. Not sure. He's got the scope. He's in the site. He's only got 22 seconds left on the clock here. Bomb is not in his possession, but I think it's on the site nearby. It's getting shot from behind. Almost reacts in time. Does miss the shot, though, on top B. Now he's also getting pushed from Arch at the same time from Seuss, who was the one that got that double nade kill. And so the round is now going to go the way of the Axis. So we're at a tie game already. Good response here from the Big Shots after dropping that first round. Basically, the hero nade from Seuss is really what changed that round. It was looking pretty good for the allies. So they were turning pretty well into the B-bomb site up until that point. I think Seuss winds up with a hat trick on the round, so pretty big individual effort. As again, we see that the attack on B is not going to be silenced anytime soon. Similar play being made here. Capper tried to go for a pick with the scope, unable to find anything, so now he will go over towards Biddle. Again, scoping out market window and such, as well as the rest of the team just waits outside B. Catper will now meet up with the rest of his team. They're waiting maybe for the smoke to dissipate at the main archway, as they will start throwing in their own utility inside the B site. And now they do begin their attack. Smoke up on Arch, smoke on top B as well. So basically the site has been taken, and now BG just has to play retake. Sulu here has been able to get one with the MP40. Great response from Mad Villain as well from up top, and so the allied forces are dwindling. Mad Villain pushed out with the Thompson, gets another kill on the bomb planter. So only 2 allies remain, and they are being quickly dealt with. Now only Catper here with the scope. The bomb never got planted, so he's stuck in a very difficult 1 versus 4. Sure, plenty of time, but a lot of defenders to worry about in the mid area as well as top B. And he will quickly be dealt with by Mad Villain. Really good play. That can usually be difficult for Axis to deal with when you have smokes up on that arch and on top B. Basically just cuts you off from the site. Usually able to get a bomb plant there and Axis have to play for retake, but some good SMG work from some aggression through that utility from the side of the Big Shots. We'll go ahead and take the lead by a round. Wonder if the allies are going to make any adjustments here. Seems like no. B is still highly on the docket. And Catper has gotten the opening pick this time. He's been trying to get this pick every round from this box below Broken Wall. This time it finally goes through, but he is quickly traded back. So it's in an even 4-on-4. Smoke goes down on Arch and top B again from the allied side. So same attack, but looks like Madeline's going to get in front of this smoke. with the Car 98 and may be able to cause a little bit of a ruckus here before they can actually get the bomb into the site. Vato also hiding inside the smoke with the MP40 will step out and grab a kill. Sulu from middle was a part of that as well, and it's really just left 2 allies left, again, in a very big disadvantageous situation for them. And it's only going to get worse here as Vato goes to work with the MP40. And Mad Villain coming in as well. And he's had a really big game. Mad Villain's up to 7 kills in the 4 rounds played so far. So he's definitely done a hell of a job. Sulu also in middle with the STG has been rotating really well. And so this B attack, it feels like that's like the one play that the allies have over on the Photic side. They've really been reliant on just smoking top B and Arch and just kind of pushing in and hoping for the best. But it seems like BS has really been able to kind of play around those smokes, play on the edges, catch them off guard as they're trying to plant. And then so it's just not working. Like, it feels like it's really reliant on Catper getting some type of pick, which he does have that scope again. He is looking to scope in the top B, but no one is showing themselves. In the meantime, though, some good picks over here towards middle from Samu and company. This is the first time in a while we've actually seen Photic in the advantage. They have a 5-on-3 at the time being. And it'll just get even worse for BS as Samu gets another pick over here at middle. Just leaving 2 Axis members left. It is Mad Villain and the Kaz. Mad Villain's been pretty good this game, but this is going to be a much taller task as we see the Kaz trying to battle it out over here towards B against Catper's scope. Has tagged him up a little bit. Actually tags him down to 2 HP, but cannot finish the kill in the meantime. Mad Villain's gone down, leaving the Kaz the only man left here in a 1v5. He does finally get Catper down in the middle, but he is not long for this world. Runs into the crosshairs of Samu, had a really big round. And that will put it to 2-3. So just better initial picks this time around from the Photic side. So a good response after a little bit of a losing streak. Catper will have that scope back out in middle, looking for some type of pick. Vato's on the other side, but is not freely peeking him, so seems like there's not going to be much of an early duel taking place at middle. We do see the allies again. No surprise here, gathering up outside B. Probably going to see those same smokes we've been seeing time and time again at Arch and top. Try to just go for another take. Maybe do some late, middle attack or something like that as well. They've usually been trying to get picks over here towards tank or towards Axis spawn. But we have 3 gathered up at long, including the bar here of QBA. Just trying to scope out barrels, check all the common spots inside the site, but both Axis members are actually still sitting top B. One here on the stairs, prone. It's the Kaz with the MP40. Good for 1, but doesn't get traded, so not bad for the allies, but it's starting to get a little bit worse as Sulu, flanking around from the middle, has gotten 2 kills. Samu does eventually silence him, but there's still a man down here on the allied side. Good pick from Samu, though. Gets it right back to even, and Axe is going to be putting the pressure on Mad Villain, but Mad Villain jumping around with the Car 98 does land the frag nonetheless. Actually giving them the advantage right back here. It's a 2-on-1, 25 seconds on the clock. Samu still inside that B side. Tries to come out towards middle, looks the wrong way, but the scope shot is missed by Seuss, and this is giving Samu a chance, who's now chasing him around bottom double house. But that also infamous jump peek from top B into the back street does come through there. That is really tough to defend against if you're an ally trying to attack that back street. There's really not much you can do about it, especially when you're preoccupied with another player. It's basically a free kill for Mad Villain as long as he hits his shot. So the lead is extended. Allies have been held off from tying for now. Good plays from Mad Villain again. He has been fantastic so far this game. 9 kills in 6 rounds. So you do see again the B attack coming in, but this time Sulu actually presses market with an MP40 and gets the opening pick on the round. So this will lighten the attack by a bit. The Kaz again holding that close angle, prone over here at the gate of long B. Can be a very tricky angle to clear, especially since when you're coming up long B, you're kind of focused on arch and barrels, and then you want to swing right and check top B. So the Kaz can definitely be a nuisance, and boy will he. He gets 2, jumps out, grabs another as well. A big round for the Kaz. I believe that was 3 kills for him on the round, just defending long B, holding his ground. And the cards are starting to dwindle a little bit here. There are no marksman or SMG cards left over on the Allied side. They do have 3 heavy cards left, and riflemen, sure. Shotguns can also always be good, but they're going to be relying a lot more on default class now. So something you got to think about, that firepower is going to be a little bit more limited, but obviously plenty of utility, and they've certainly been wanting to use these smokes towards B a lot. But finally, for the first time, we're 7 rounds in, there's been an adjustment from the Allied side. They're looking to attack more towards market and maybe towards long A, so finally shifting the emphasis a little bit to the opposite side of the map. As I'm sure that these players over at the A side have probably been getting pretty bored. They haven't seen a whole lot of action defending this A side, have mostly only found kills on rotations helping retake B. As Seuss has that scope inside the A site, and that is a very tricky angle to deal with. If you're an ally trying to attack into long A, you can only really see the top of their helmet if they're playing on top of the site in A. And now BS are just clamping down. Already a couple kills here towards Triple House in the long A area. 4-on-3 in favor of the Axis. Casper has gotten control of Axis side of market, and so can start patrolling this mid street with Axe and QB, but Decaz is on a flank. But it seems like Vato's wise to it. You do see him prone, looking in that direction, so they might be able to pick up on Decaz. But Decaz is content just to kind of sit here, just make sure that they can't rotate back to B. He's just kind of an information gatherer. He's just letting his normal defenders hold their ground, but Axe pushing in with the MP40 does get the pick on Seuss, but a good trade from Vato. Now a 1v3, it's all on Casper, who's at bottom double house, but Mad Villain has spotted him, but he's not hitting the shot with the Kar 98, but time is running low anyway, and it's a 3v1. There's no way Casper could get to a site and plant now, so it's definitely just going to be a W for the Axis side again, and you see Mad Villain trying to go for this heavy card and mark it, but he is missing that jump every damn time, won't get it. You hate to see that. Could have been a free heavy card, but he could not get up there. Well, apparently the caster command doesn't work. RIP. I am Dust, for those who are wondering who today's casters are. And again, we will have Vincent here a little bit later, helping out with the playoffs. Looks like we have a pause. We did lose one of the Allied players. He's going to have to reconnect, and then we'll get back into this. Again, score being 6-2 here from the Big Shots. Again, thanks all for tuning in. If you're enjoying the broadcast, please do hit that follow button. We do this every Saturday for Europe, and starting tomorrow, every Sunday for North America. It is a free-to-sign-up tournament, so you can definitely sign up for tournaments in the future if you'd like to. Obviously, it is first come, first serve, and we only accept, I believe, the first 64 teams for these tournaments, so you got to be quick on the sign-ups. Be sure to check out the Blitzkrieg Battle website to get into future tournaments. Also, of course, we do have the Blitzkrieg Open taking place at I-Series 62 at the end of March over in Birmingham at the NEC. So definitely, if you're thinking about it, definitely check that out as well, whether you want to be a spectator in person or just want to watch the broadcast, whatever the case may be. It'll be the first LAN event for Battalion 1944, so appreciate your support on that. Again, if you're enjoying the broadcast, you can also follow me. Follow Dust on Twitter. That's my Twitter account username. Shameless self-promotion, of course. But hey, I'm manning this thing down by myself, besides my trusty producer, Ruben, who's back there pushing buttons. So it's my stream, I do what I want. That's my point. As we do see the Kaz again going to work with that MP40 over here at Long B. He has been quite the nuisance, but oh, there's a player above him in the wooden window, but he still gets another kill out of it. This guy can't trade him. Finally, Marco gets the shotgun frag, but it comes a little too late. The Kaz already did a hell of a lot of damage in that corner, right under the window. Now you see Sulu pushing out Market, able to get on top of tent and get into B main. The dominoes are falling. It is 7-2 in favor of the Big Shots. They've really started to clamp down on their defense. It was a little bit of an equal exchange early on. I think it was 1-1 at one point, then like maybe 3-2, I think, was another close score. But I know for a fact that the Axis have at least won, I think, like the last 4 or 5 rounds in a row. So it's definitely been a shifting of the tides of momentum. What can the Allies do to respond? Seems like it's the same old tricks at B, but Madvillain's gotten that opening pick, and Seuss, he's posted up at long B from the mid-arch. Capper trying to come around market, maybe get a little bit of a flank into Seuss. But Seuss does have Vato kind of covering for him here, but Capper still gets Seuss, actually, and no trade here from Vato. He's trying with that default class to catch him back, but it's just not hitting the mark. In the meantime, they've gained access to that B bomb site. Good entry work by Axe and company. They have pushed that B defense back. Madvillain's out of the equation. The guy who's normally been standing tall at B. Sulu on the rotation, gets an STG and a set nade killing, gets it right back into a 2 versus 2. A big individual effort. There is still one ally on the site, though. It's Axe. He's prone here on the stairs, but Vato takes him down, and now it's all on Capper with this M1 from middle. He's trying to lay down some bullets here, but he's not accurate, and Sulu will take him out. And what a great play from Sulu. That was looking so good. Capper gets that kill out in market. They're getting entries onto B, with Axe in particular taking down Madvillain and company. They silenced the Kaz eventually. They were really looking good in that round. It looked like the round win finally. They've been in a drought, and it looked like that was going to be the one, but Sulu quickly comes through for 3 kills. Quickly turns that round back in the favor of the big shots, and now they are up 8-2 with only 2 rounds left to play in the half. It's looked really good from the big shot side of things. Now we see Seuss trying to lay down the law with the scope at middle here. A lot of players over towards the market area this time around. Only 2 players towards B, so trying to play a little bit more of a spread out kind of default. Oh, Catper just got absolutely bodied. Get owned, sir. Sit down, or lay down, rather. Tried to go long A, prone on the sidewalk. That can be such a tricky thing because he's laying on the ground. It's not where you're pre-aiming. You got a flick, and he hit it. So well done to him, but there is a trade back here from the Allied side, but Seuss is quick to get it right back. Playing that back street with the scope. Axe does get the kill onto Seuss and gets into double house, so they're keeping it even here. It's keeping it interesting. Axe has really good forward positioning here, but the Kaz is wise to it, does pick him up. This does leave B a little bit more vulnerable, though. They've had to keep rotating the fight middle. That's left Madvillain alone here at top B with the Kar 98. Misses his shot, but pulls out the Luger, and he catches Samu crawling on the floor. That gets real awkward real quick for the side of Photic. And outgoing reliable buffer overflow. Did you get that too, Ruben? We'll try to get back into the server right away, folks. This is a spec crash issue we were having last week as well. Yeah, Ruben did get it as well. We'll get right back in. The good thing about this particular error is apparently it only affects people in spec mode. So it doesn't screw over the players who are competing. So we don't have to do some weird, like, restart the whatever. We just get right back into game. They're already live into round number 12. Last round of the half. Not sure if Ruben's back in yet, but I'll do some radio casting until he does. If he is, great. If not, he'll get there as soon as he can. So we are going to see, or you're not going to see anything maybe. I don't know. We'll get you there. But I can tell you that the Allies are trying to push into long A, but they are getting ripped to shreds by the big shots. Marco finally does get an entry, only to get lifted off into outer space by a grenade. He's up there with Elon Musk's Tesla right now, orbiting our universe. I don't know. I don't know exactly where the car is right now. I thought I was going to Mars, but apparently it's just orbiting around our planet. I don't know. Anyway, so is he. You didn't get to see it, though, of course. But Madvillain gets the final kill, and now it's 10-2. But we'll get you into the second half. We'll get you back. Second half. It's coming to you. You'll get to watch it. Apparently, Ruben's game crashed again. Feels bad, man. So apparently it's more radio casting. You gotta love it. You hate to see it. You hate not to see it, actually. There you go. That's probably the better expression to use in this moment. I thought they were going to have that buffer overflow thing fixed by now. It was happening to us last week, and I know that the dev team's aware of the issue, but maybe they did not get around to fixing it yet. Sides have switched, and Big Shots, who were up 10-2, are now on the Allied side of things, and they're having a little bit of a hard time here in the first round. Again, this map, kind of like usual. A little bit Axis-sided. Rest of the big shots are trying to gather up right now outside of B in a 3 versus 4 situation. Patiently approaching their way into B. There are 2 players top B and 2 players mid for the quick rotate through Arch, so it's going to be hard to break through. And now it's going to be a 2-on-5 as Zeus has been found out in the middle. Now it's just a scope of Mad Villain and his trusty compadre, the Kaz, left to go to work, as we do see Mad Villain picking up a flank, so he gets it back into a 2 versus 4. The Kaz gets a pick at top B, 2 versus 3. Oh my goodness, Mad Villain's bringing it back. He's headshot Capper with the M1 granted. It's back to a 2-on-2. This was a 2v5, and now Big Shots might still win it. The scope trying to come in. There's also a flank being worked on by Axe, but the Kaz is watching the flank, gets that kill. Now it's a 2 versus 1 in favor of the Allies, who were originally in a 2v5. This can't happen. Sex, you gotta somehow pull off this 1v2 clutch. Oh my goodness, he doesn't. The Kaz and Mad Villain bring back a 2 versus 5 and win the round and make the score 11-2. My goodness. You hate to see that if you're a fan of Photic. You can't lose those. You had a 5-on-2, Photic. You can't be doing that. You hate to hear about it, I guess, if you're in chat listening to the radio cast. Good old Photic, losing a 5-on-2. At least Sex opens up this round with the scope frag and gets his team an instant 5-on-4, so that's a good step in the right direction of recovery. Now, apparently Ruben has made his way back in, so now you get to see some sick visuals to go along with the commentary. It did take forever, Ruben. I blame... Who should we blame, Ruben? Joe Brander. Just kidding. Love that guy. They're working hard out there, guys. You gotta know it. I know it firsthand because I've seen what they've done with this game throughout the alpha process. When a lot of you guys couldn't see the game back then, it's come a long way since Alpha 1, like 6 months ago. So I've seen what they can do. Definitely working on things real hard. Apparently there's a big update coming, what, March 8th? That's supposed to fix some of the Peeker's Advantage netcode stuff. As well as add a new map, I think, maybe? I know they're adding a new map soon to competitive. So, yeah. Oh, Sex. That nade's having sex with Zeus and Vado right now in the graveyard. Takes 2 of them out. A response nade from Big Shots, though. So at least they're... Yeah, guys, all nade kills this round. What is happening? Everyone's getting wrecked by grenades. It's now a 2 versus 4 in favor of Photic. Mad Villain, though, through that arch smoke, takes down Marco. Tries to even it back up. It's a 2-on-3. Bomb is attempted to be planted. There are 2 top B. Mad Villain trying to get up in their faces with the default class. He takes down 1. There's another, but he also has to worry about the arch now. Oh, he's getting pinched in the worst kind of way. He's getting tagged, and now he's doing a back handspring into the site with his dead corpse. Dead corpse. It's kind of redundant, isn't it? I think you can't really have an alive... Well, I guess you could have an alive corpse. It's a zombie. So, yeah. A non-animated corpse rolls over into the site and dies. Yep. So there you go. 11-4. Still heavily in favor of Big Shots, but that's a good round from Axis, maybe to get things back rolling. This is the first time I've seen them 5-on-5 persist for longer than about 10 seconds in a round. We've tread new waters. As Marco tries to go to work at top double house, misses his shot and will now reset towards tank. Meantime, you just kind of see a default from Big Shots. One peeking long A, one trying to look at market. Decaz is solo outside B, so they're just kind of spreading the map and looking for something. And Zeus does find Sex with the scope, so that gets the 5-on-4 advantage here for Big Shots. Catper, though, catches Sulu trying to cross the street towards A and evens it back up. You do see BS trying to take control of the triple house here, or green, whatever you want to call it. I've heard it called a couple of different things, but it is a triple house, or it is a 3rd stairwell. It's a false one. There's no 3rd story to peek out of, but you can go up to a 3rd story. So I call it triple house as opposed to the other broken building, which I call double because there's only 2 stories. Pretty easy. So do you see Mad Villain finding another pick here onto Marco? Catper does sound off, but Mad Villain cannot be stopped, apparently, with this default class up in the triple house. Till Catper, of course, conquers him. Seems like a fitting Catper the Conqueror. I don't know. There is this one player that Vato's not going to check in the corner, and that's rough. X. Pi. Leaving Decaz alone in a 1v2. He's got the M1 Grand, but he doesn't have time. So he will just hold on to this card, carry it over to the next round. Saving is a thing. And he needs to do it. And yes, tomorrow there is indeed a North American tournament starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It will be the first NA tournament from Blitzkrieg Battles. But here we go. Into the wild blue yonder. That is round number 17 of this match. BS trying to put that pressure over towards mid and B. Seuss does get Marco down in mid with the scope, so that is exactly where you want things to be. It's that instant 5-on-4, but Axe might get the flank onto Decaz. That's the real big thing that we have to worry about. Axe did push out A's in triple house. Decaz needs to worry about that as he is in the market. He could certainly get backstabbed. A lot of weight on this round kind of hinges on that moment, to be honest, as the rest of the big shots are looking to pinch B through long in the main archway, but Catper up top has found Seuss, and he's found Sulu. And Axe does get that flank onto the Decaz we were talking about, so everything has really gone wrong here for big shots as they were kind of stalled out outside B, waiting for a moment to strike. But Mad Villain, he takes the opportunity to push into middle through the archway and gets a kill and is now flanking through top B. And Vato gets a kill, which forces Catper to respect the B site, which is giving more of an ability for Mad Villain to get this flank. And Catper was actually wise to the flank and was going to be looking for it. But because of Vato's kill, Catper has to come help his teammate defend the B site, and this allows Mad Villain to flank behind. But now he's gotten the kill, and now he can focus on the flank, but it doesn't matter. Mad Villain gets the kill. And now it's a 1 versus 1, 20 seconds on the clock. The last defender is towards middle. Mad Villain running, I guess, to go grab the bomb. He does get it. 13 seconds. We'll tap. He's going to try to stick it. There's this player right here at the arch. He's going to let him plant, though. He doesn't want to give up his position. I like it. Now he will peek, but he... Oh, I thought he was going to ruin his opportunity. He got a tag, but was giving a chance for Mad Villain to, you know, react, but does land those final few shots with the MP40 to lock in the W. So it's now 6-11. A little bit of a comeback effort here from Photic. GTJ and chat believes in Photic. I'm starting to believe a little bit. Starting to see Catper really start to tee off. Axe has been pretty solid as well. So into round number 18, still a big lead from big shots, but it is slowly being chipped away at here by the defense of Photic. However, as I say that, a very fast B rush comes in. This is the fastest attack we've seen on B all game long. No hesitation whatsoever. At first it was working out, but Catper gets a couple of kills with the MP40, and now things are getting a little bit messy as Marco with the shotgun gets 3 quick kills. It's the full house from Catper and Marco. They've won the round. It's now 7-11. Get the guys a Slurpee. Someone will get that reference. Wasn't good, but it works. So again, the big shot setting up outside of B. Samu's got that shotgun up close on the archway. That could be a real problem. Oh, Axe is also getting a flank on the Kaz again over towards A side. We've seen that happen a couple of times. This time it results in the opening pick going the way of Photic on the Axe's side. And now Marco has chimed in as well with that shotgun. Samu's still up close with his own shotgun, and he will get the kill on the Vato just hopping around. Capper goes down though with the scope of Sulu, so that's helping out a little bit, but they still have to worry about these pesky shotguns. And there's another one from Samu. Sulu misses his chance. Seuss does chime in though, but now he's all alone in a 1v3. There's a player inside the site who's missed his scope shot, but he's run out of bullets. He has to pull out the pistol. He gets the kill, but now he's getting pushed from behind. He's somehow still alive, but he's got to reload that scope. That got real hectic real fast. And unfortunately for big shots, it didn't go their way. Now it's 8-11. The lead is shrinking rapidly. It's not looking good. If you're big shots right now, you're hating it because you were up 10-2 at one point. I think it was 11-2 at one point, actually. Maybe 11-3. And now it's basically all but gone. All that, you know, wiggle room you've had is gone, and now the pressure's on. Because if you lose a couple of more, you're gonna be tied right back up. You get the opening pick this round, though. And they do have the Kaz still outside B, but the rest are a little bit more towards mid-street. I think they're still looking to see what Seuss can find with the scope and kind of use that as a means to figure out how they want to take this, but Seuss doesn't find anything else at middle. No one really gives him an opportunity. Well, Marco might here at tank here soon. Ooh, that was close. Marco almost peeked out a little bit too far and gave Seuss a chance with that scope at mid, but now Marco will just kind of patrol the market with the shotgun and push in it even. Catper takes out Sulu outside B, so it evens it back up, and BS are getting slowed down a lot now. They keep doing this boost in the left-hand corner here, and it's worked out really well. Madvillain is wise to it now, but he can't land the headshot, and Catper takes down Madvillain. This is the first time I've seen this boost, and Catper is using it to great use. Oh my goodness, no one can get this guy. This is such a sick boost from Catper, man. I think he's done it a couple of rounds. This is just the first round I've seen it from my like first-person perspective. But that is nasty. That is definitely something new I think we'll see picked up on and used quite a lot in this game. I expect everyone who has seen it now will pass it along to their friends and use it in pubs and wreck people and make them salty. We all know that's how it works. And comp queues, if you can get them. Or just unranked, whatever. You know how it goes. You make someone salty. It's easy. That's definitely a tricky little boost. Obviously, there are some set nades that would totally get 2 kills off of that boost. If you throw them at the right time. So I guess you would have to worry about that as Axis doing that boost. But other than that, that's real powerful because they can only really see your head. And you can see literally everything. So it's pretty good. I like it. They're going for the mid-push here on the BS side this time around. They got some smokes up in front of tank. It's allowing Vato to get forward position. Sulu's right nearby as well. Pushed market. Marco trying to defend it with the shotgun, and he will succeed. He gets the opening kill. And Samu catches Vato trying to sneak through the smoke at mid. So you can see the adjustment that Big Shots has tried to make, but it has faltered big time. It has backfired. And they find themselves in another round where they're behind. Decaz trying to take up the slack as he pushes tank now with the hope that he can find a pick here on this mid-street. But instead, he'll receive some bar bullets to his backside. Madvillain will be able to trade out Marco and Samu, though. He has been the shining star for this team a lot of times. He's actually put this round back into maybe reaching distance. They're still behind a man, but it looks far better than it did just a few seconds ago. As Madvillain will now push up with the default class and Seuss up mid-street. Catper is still inside the B site, hiding in a corner. Could be tricky to deal with. Sex is kind of watching this back street, making sure that they can't flank top B. But they will just go straight in, and Madvillain's trying to clear with the shotgun. He's trying to plant, doesn't realize it's got the before he's right behind him. And Sex with the scope will now peek mid-street. It's looking rough. And there it is. The effort's gone. They would have taken a little bit more care to clear the site. They might have been able to get that plant down, but they were running low on time, so you can understand the lack of ability to maybe be as cautious as they would usually try to be. And that's really left us at a tough predicament. At least if you're a Big Shots fan, because now they're just one round away from tying it from the side of Photic. So it has become a hotly contested match after, at one point it was like 11-3, I feel like, or definitely 10-2 at the end of the first half, and the lead is all but gone. And it's about to be gone, unless they can figure out this round as they're trying to go for a quick B play, but Samu's set nade gets Vato, but it's a quick response from Big Shots. They get 2 kills into B, and they have B all to themselves now. The only players left are the 3 players actually out on the mid streak here from the Photic side. They are going to try to go for a flank through the main B archway right now with 2 SMG players, but they're getting tagged in the long B push out from the allies. Will come back and get the flank, including a knife kill from Seuss to add insult to injury. So now it's all on this remaining player, Sex, here from Photic. And he is not long for this world, you have to feel like. He's trying to run away with the scope and save it over towards the A side of the map, but he's just getting chased down, and Seuss will finish him off. Great play from BS, good set nade kills. They were really good to get the bomb down and actually run back through long B to catch mid flank. So just really responsive, you know, really thinking things through, hitting their shots. Finally, they get around right when it was about to become too late. They hold off the tie, and now they have map point. So at this point, they've guaranteed at least overtime. So they at least won't be losing in regulations. That's good. That fear's gone. But now you gotta try to see if you can put this one away without needing extra rounds. That's the new goal. You see some nades being exchanged, but neither one hitting the mark, and Catpur is back up to his old tricky boost. You feel like BS should know about it, though. They've faced it before. But Catpur is still teeing off with the Car 98 up there in the corner. He's found the Kaz. But Seuss is going to get up close with the default class. He's going to be good for 1. They're trying to push out to trade him, but now Vato chases it off, and now will work for the plant. But Marco with the Luger. He's gotten in. He's gotten a kill. The plant cannot be completed because top B is now pushing out. Vato has to retreat to long B. It's just him and Matavillain versus 3. Marco has the scope from mid, peeking through the arch into long B. Misses a timing onto Vato. Vato doesn't peek until after he already runs back to peek towards Market. So timing favoring Big Shots for right now, as they do have 40 seconds on the clock. And Villain takes out Marco in middle. Now it's just see 2 top B players, and Vato's found one of them. Now it's all on Samu. Crawling around. And just gets picked out by Matavillain. That is GG. 13-10 in favor of the Big Shots. And I guess that's the one downfall that Boost Catpur is doing. It gives perfect information to the allies attacking that 2 are in that corner, and they can kind of use that information to help lock out the site. So it has its pros and cons, but certainly something cool that we hadn't seen before in previous Blitzkrieg battles. And so, again, I expect that to maybe start getting put into the playbooks and or toolboxes, whatever you want to call it, of some other teams. Definitely neat to see innovation. But yeah, that's going to be it for round of 32.